Here we are. We're gonna play in one more, and I think I'm gonna hit the sack for the night. Papazuzu. I was gonna say, I think this says Papazu. It's not like a Dungeons and Dragons monster enemy thing. I could be wrong. I could be just making this up. Barbazoo, maybe, is what I'm thinking of. At any rate, we're not mulliganing. I don't think our hand. Ooh, mountain. It's always interesting. Like I think our deck is very bad against mountain. Yeah, mountain, tap mountain for bolt. I'd like to. I would like to do that thing that you said I could do. So this matchup hinges on your ability to survive to 5 mana, because Gray Merchant is it. That's just like, sorry, you can't win. However, we have a lot of cards like this, which aren't great in the matchup. In other formats versus mono red, you would board out your Dark Confidant. Well, this is our Dark Confidant. It's not quite as good. But yeah, our deck just does a lot of damage to itself because we're looking to leverage the power of Gray Merchant. But Burn is capable of killing you before you get to Gray Merchant mana. So a lot of these cards end up being dead, which is very unfortunate because we sort of need Phyrexian Rager and Sign in Blood to function. They're like the glue, if you will. And of course, Victim of Night, stone dead in this matchup, as almost all of our removal is. So I don't like our burn matchup one bit. I actually think this is one of the worst matchups for mono black. Luckily, this is sort of a fringe deck. It's always going to exist because it's cheap and easy to play. And it's a good starting point for the format. You know, it's not interactive at all. You don't have to know what your opponent is playing. You don't have to care about what they're playing. You just burn them to the face every time. So if you're a less experienced player, like new to the format, I think this is an excellent place to start. Oh, Duress is a spicy one. But do I think it's just about the same as playing Chittering Rats. Although, you know, it depends. I think you want to Duress when your opponent is tapped out so that they can't like cast all their instants in response, you know. But with 4 cards in hand, maybe one of them's a land, maybe one of them's not. Like I think the ideal burn draw just has the 2 mountains. But if they have something like Fire Blast, Duress isn't going to be great. Duress obviously is one of our best cards in the matchup, but you want to cast it earlier. You know, you're guaranteed to take some damage out of their hand. It's much better to trade one of the cards in our hand for 4 points of life. We just do that an arbitrary number of times if we could. But as I was saying earlier, Gray Merchant is sort of the linchpin in our strategy, and building Devotion is certainly an important part of enhancing Gray Merchant. So, does he have it? Does he have Bolt Bolt, Fire Blast? He's tapped both of his mana so as to float it. No, he has Searing Spear. That's better for us, but obviously still not in a great position. We have 2 Sign in Bloods, which are both completely dead. We're going to be able to see what he's working with here, and hopefully take Fire Blast if he lets us. Assuming he has it. He doesn't. Chain Lightning, Needle Drop, Flame Rift. Well, we're taking Chain Lightning. And battle. Battle. It looks like we're going to be able to Gray Merchant next turn. He can't draw both a land and a bolt in the same turn, you know? So, Gray Merchant is going to gain us 4 life. And I think that might be good enough. I'm not going to guarantee victory, but knowing that we can hit our 5th land drop and play a Gray Merchant dramatically increases our odds of winning. I think against Burn, so yeah, we see he drew Mountain here. Against Burn, the odds of you winning the game go up dramatically if you just cast Gray Merchant for any amount. He has Flame Rift, and I don't see. Yeah, okay, there you go. I was gonna say I don't think there's a reason to save Needle Drop. If he drew Fire Blast, we're dead. That's always, pretty much always true. I think yeah, you don't need much more after Fire Blast. Fire Blast is that good. Ooh, a dead Duress. But we have a live Gray Merchant. What say you to this, sir? This is great because it automatically puts us back out of range of a single burn spell. Like now he'll need some combination of 2 burn spells to kill us, and he only has 1 card in hand that we know is not Fire Blast. It could very easily be Bolt. Now he just bolts us, but that's still better than being dead to everything. Being dead to some things is bad, but it's better than being dead to everything. And yeah, now it looks like we're going to pick up a win. And a win in game 1 against Burn is hard to come by, so we're very happy about that. Yeah, if we get in, yep, perfect. So a narrow victory, but as you can see, there's not much, there's not much play. Like either we get there, or I guess more appropriately, either they get there or they don't. Things we don't need. Sign in blood. Yeah, we don't want those. We don't. We basically just don't want our entire deck. That's what it is. Cycling Unearth is better than nothing. As you can see, our main deck / sideboard is not particularly well set up to deal with mono red. Particularly because mono red's not a very popular deck, so I don't plan on facing it. And we don't have any like tasty hate cards like Circle of Protection. Where there are certainly cards we could be playing that would be better against mono red, but I'm not sure why we would even care. So if we have to play something, I'd rather play Geth's Verdict than Victim of Night because they probably have Keldon Marauders, and this will save us 3 life and deal 1 damage back to him. And in that case, we're going to be on the draw, which is going to be tough. So I don't think we would ever have enough life / time to sign in blood on the draw. Spinning Darkness for Keldon Marauders could be a real thing. I don't know. We haven't even seen that he has Keldon Marauders, but it's, I think, a pretty safe assumption. Burn decks usually play Keldon Marauders. But yeah, we just need something to put in our deck. As sad as that sounds. This hand is excellent. We're gonna take their best card with Duress. We're gonna get a card out of Leona Spectre, even if it's just a land. And it's very likely that we will be able to play the Spinning Darkness for free if he plays a creature. But when he does, it's likely that we will have this active. Rager, not the best of our 3-drops. It's actually probably the worst of our 3-drops in this matchup. Oh, wow. Yep, so we lead off with Duress here, and this is already a good start. He's got to be impressed. So, Bolt, Keldon Marauders, Spear, Mountain. We're obviously taking Fire Blast. It represents the most damage. We're happy to see Keldon Marauders here. because that means the spinning darkness is going to do something, which is awesome. His hand is pretty average. Like I think our hand is slightly above average. It hinges on us hitting some land drops, but I think that's fine. I kind of just want to draw like, I don't know. If I could just draw another duress, I'd be really happy. I think duress or land, either one of those. Man, doesn't look like we're going to be able to spinning darkness, which sucks. That basically makes this just like a 5-point burn spell. I don't know if we can afford to give him too many of those. But as I said earlier, being on the draw is very tough against mono red of any variety. He smashes, of course. And why not? But we're going to be able to come right back and sort of freeze him with Chittering Rats, get one of his cards with Liliana Spectre. So the game's certainly not over yet. And we've just hit our 4th land, which puts us one step closer to Grey Merchant. And it looks like our Grey Merchant is going to be pretty sizable this game, if it ever materializes. Casting some sort of burn spell, I would imagine. Alright, so we resolve this. And I'm just going to F6 here. No real reason to think about it. So far, his hand has been pretty slow. He obviously has us at, excuse me, 9, I think is the real number. Yeah, he's got spear, 1, yeah, so he got 7 points that we know about. But that's still not nothing. That's more than a couple turns. Well, it's more than one turn, at least. I don't like this, or excuse me, I don't hate this spot. I don't think it's, guaranteed that we win this game. It's not like we're dramatically favored at this point. But I don't think it's bad. As far as a game 2, like on the draw, this is going pretty well. And any burn spell that gets pointed at our creatures is huge. We love that. Love it to death. We'll get to see here if one of his draws was mountain. If this gets a real burn spell, then I would declare we're winning. Oh yeah, he pitches the Searing Spear. Yeah, that's really good for us. We're at 15. He only has 1 card in hand, which apparently is a bolt. So he has to draw 4 to 5 burn spells in order to kill us. And that's a long way off considering we have double Grey Merchant in hand. And he just can't kill Grey Merchant. It just doesn't happen. If he has to Fire Blast it, I'm pretty sure that means we win on the spot. He drew Flame Rift. That's fine. That will happen. Like, that is a good draw for him. It certainly puts him much closer to winning than he was before, but we did not get our 5th land drop for Grey Merchant on time. But that's okay. I think we're still fine here. Obviously, we need to hit it pretty soon, because Grey Merchant is how we're going to win this game. Huh. But we're still not dead. Certainly not dead yet. And the more turns that go by where we're still alive, I think the better chance we have of winning the game. That's pretty clear. And we already have him at a reasonable life total. So Gray Merchant will kill in short order. That's excellent. Again, any burn spell that gets pointed at our creatures is just awesome, and he even did us the courtesy of choosing the wrong one. Like, this adds more devotion, and that's all that really matters right now. We're going to cast Unearth on Chittering Rats. I think that's the best idea here. If this is a real card, he obviously gets to use it. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's just land, probably. That's perfect. I can't imagine losing from here. Now, even if we don't hit our 5th land for Gray Merchant, we still just have a reasonable clock. You know, we can actually race him like this. Yeah, he had to bolt 2 of our creatures, which could very well be the correct play from his frame of reference. I've not really had any experience playing burn, so it, in all reality, could be the right thing to do. But if that's the case, if that's happening, I think we're pretty well advantaged. And he drew a 4th land, which I don't think you really ever want to do in the burn deck, if you could avoid it, that is. I think we're going to end up cycling this Unearth at the end of his turn. Unless, like if he kills Chittering Rats, if he just like bolts Chittering Rats, I'll keep it. But if not, I'm just going to try and hit a 5th land drop. Because Gray Merchant's going to, there's no way he doesn't scoop to this. It just has concede written across it. Concede? Question mark? If not already, like he's tanking here on his main phase, he's probably considering. So he's got 5. Oh, what? Shard Volley, sure. Yeah, well, I guess that means I'm not doing it. Oh, well, rendered irrelevant. Yeah, we're just gonna elect to kill our opponent here. It's tough, As I said earlier, in the face of Gray Merchant, playing burn seems pretty dubious, but they can certainly outrace it in a lot of situations. Alright, well, thanks for watching.